Hey guys, what's up? Eddie here with Hardins Wildlife Adventures. Today we're going to do a quick little review on this CenterPoint Sniper 270, or 370, excuse me. This thing I caught on sale. I guess you could say it was a little bit on sale, and I found a coupon for eBay, I know, of all places, and it would only work for, I guess it was a seller coupon. I don't know even how I found it. I was just searching this bow and found it, and I used it, and I swiped it up for like $200, and it's around $250 to $300. It's outrageous. I'm not going to say any company names, but one company I looked at, they were wanting over $300 for it, and it is a good bow, but I mean, I can't complain. I only gave $200 for it. Has an adjustable stock, finger guards, pistol grip. Everybody's complaining about the trigger pull. It is a little excessive. It's a little long, but I don't have any problems with it. We're about to take the last shot at 40 yards. I just got done trying to sight this thing in, and we usually do everything down at my dad's, so he has a nice table and everything, and I'm shooting off an old spool sitting on the ground. So we're going to take this shot down here at this target at 40 yards. And speaking of this target down there, we're going to go ahead and cover it a little bit too. I'm going to make a specific review about that. It's my dad's target. It's called the Bone Collector Combo. And at 40 yards, it's down there right by that light pole. At 40 yards, if I shoot the field tip side with the field tip, the bolts will go all the way through, and it says specifically on there that it's good for crossbow and compound. 40 yards, and this is what it does to the fletchings on my bolts. Destroys them. So, what I have found out to do, I don't know if this camera will focus, it's my phone, at all. Maybe you can tell I've sanded down the points on these tips just a little bit because I don't want to make them change the grain weight very much. Just enough to dull them, more or less. And I'm having to shoot this target in the broadhead side. And yes, it is absolute hell to get out. And my poor little pinky finger is red as a fox's ass from trying to pull on those stupid bolts to get them out. But at least it's not messing up my fletching. This one's a little bent some from where I've been having to squeeze on to pull them out. And these are the bolts that I'm using. I wanted to get the pile drivers. The pile drivers, they're 20-inch made by Carbon Express. They're good bolts from what I've understand. I think they are made in Korea. But I couldn't get them. I mean, I could have ordered them off Amazon. But the guy that I know that owns an archery shop, I don't even know him personally, but he owns an archery shop, and he was supposed to have ordered me some, and he didn't. So what I did was I went to, yes, I know, Walmart of all places, and I got these Carbon BlackMax. But pay attention right there. Made in USA. I think they're made by Easton. So far, so good. I mean, I had a little bit of problem with bringing the bolt down. It took like, I don't know, 20 clicks on my scope to finally, maybe 25 to get it from the top of the target. It was shooting about 6 inches high or more. And I had a hard time getting it to come down, but I finally got it down, and the last shot I took was a ringer. So I'm going to let you guys see this last shot. I'm telling you, man, it has worn my ass out pulling these bolts out of there with my hands. I don't have a bolt puller. And between having to cock this thing back with the string cocker, it's literally wore my big ass out. So anyways, I'll be right back to you. I'm going to set everything up. We're going to take this last shot, see where it's pointing at. Like I said, this is 40 yards with a dulled field point and Carbon BlackMax bolts. Excuse me. And no, that's not BlackMax. That's Daisy the Duke. Actually, she don't like to be called Daisy Duke. She just likes to be called Daisy. And she's sunbathing. Anyways, we're getting off topic. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so this phone may fall. I've got it propped up in my binoculars. So we're going to try to take this last shot here Like I said, it's 40 yards. It's right in front of that light pole. I'm wore out. My feet and my legs is hurting from sitting on this ground because I'm fat. Alright, so about halfway sinus and allergy too, so it's hard to hold my breath, plus I'm fat. I forgot my glove up there. Well, there we go, man. See what it's doing? It's still burying it up in there. It is a bitch to get out. But that's 40 yards. That's a 40-yard shot. Sitting on the ground. Using this old wire spool as a stand, and it's half rickety. Not a bad shot if I say so myself. For a $200 bow. Like I said, it's the CenterPoint Sniper 370, and that's counted out at 40 yards. Well, not a bad shot, but could you imagine if I was to shot into this again? This side, it destroys them. So I don't know if anybody else is having this problem with this target or not. I've had a hell of a time. So anyways, guys, there you go. The Sniper 370. 40-yard shot. I skipped through sighting it in and all that shit, because I will show you what I was having the problem with, though, is I was shooting at this one down here, but then my shots were way up here, and you can see they were grouped. Here's a shot, here's a shot, here's a shot here, and I started dropping down my scope here, so I had 3 shots concurrent. I want to make sure that I wasn't jerking that bow any when I was squeezing the trigger, and I dropped it here. And I'm looking here. This is 8 clicks down, 10 clicks down. Finally, I went like 20 clicks down, and I shot at this one. So I don't want to wear my dad's target out. It's brand new. So I went about 20 clicks down from here. I took and tapped my scope real good, make sure everything was set in good. And my last shot was there. But that's at 40 yards. That's good enough for a deer shot, I think, personally. Hell, I could shoot a rabbit with that. Anyways, guys, I'm going to sign off. Like I said, this is Eddie with Hardins Wildlife Adventures, and I'm just no country boy with broke pockets, so, you know what I'm saying, I had to go with the cheap, but 370 feet per second with a 370 grain bolt with the broadhead combo. I'm shooting right at 400 grain. Well, they call it a 400 grain. It's like 396 grain, which is plenty enough. I wanted to go a little higher, but at 425 grain, I think it slowed my arrow down to like 275 feet per second or something like that. So I wanted a heavy grain, but I also wanted to retain some speed too. And so right now I'm loving it. Like I said, this is the broadhead side, and we're at 40 yards, and it's still burying the bolt, so. And that's with a dull tip. So when I get those broadheads on there, it's gonna rip a deer open. Anyways, guys, do I recommend this bow? So far, so good. I've shot it probably 15 times so far. I've had nothing to break, no signs of wear, and that's where it's at. Yes, I said 15 times because the first few times that I've shot it was last night. It was starting to get dark, and I just had bolted the scope on, and I was just hitting the target. I wanted to break the bow in, so I wanted to shoot it a good at least 8 or 9 times before I start trying to sight it in. But anyways, guys, yes, I recommend it. Yes, it's an awesome bow. Yes, it's an awesome price. And that's about all I've got to say for it. You're right here with me. Speaks for itself. Guys, have a good one.